from the Coin Center in downtown Portland. This is Coin 6 News. Watching out for you.
And we begin with breaking news. The city of Portland, a riot zone tonight. At least 4,000 protesters in the streets, windows smashed, buildings spray painted, cars damaged. The big question, did police wait too long to move in with riot gear? At 11 o'clock, good evening. I'm Jeff Giannola.
And I'm Jennifer Hoff. There is a lot of damage, and it's very widespread from the Lloyd District to the Pearl District. We have team coverage on this. First, let's get straight to our Cole Miller, who's live with an update. Cole?
Well, Jennifer, Jeff, good evening. Like you said, this started as a peaceful protest, but there were people involved with this protest. Unfortunately, that caused some of that damage we see now. Right now, we are on Southwest 6, right coming up on the Portland State University campus. So, if we can, maybe let's take a look at Chopper 6. I believe Chopper 6 is flying from above. It's hard to get a good idea of the size of this crowd just from the street. But again, this has been going on for hours. It started with one event at Pioneer Courthouse Square. That event then moved to Salmon Street Springs to move up with an LGBTQ rally. And then from there, they made their way over the Hawthorne Bridge, up Grand, where we saw a couple of altercations with drivers. Again, unfortunately, we did see some of that tonight. I actually started my night at Holiday Park. From there, it was a march down Broadway. If we're able to take the video now from earlier, you can see video now of a crowd marching across the Broadway Bridge into Northwest Portland, into the Pearl District. And Jeff, Jennifer, that's where we started to see a lot of that damage on Northwest Lovejoy. Windows smashed out at multiple banks, Chase Bank, Bank of America. Unfortunately, a restaurant was also damaged. But again, Portland police say those were the anarchists of this group. For the most part, it really has been peaceful. We were talking with folks along the march route here who say this is not what they wanted. They did not want that violence. They did not want that damage. From Northwest Lovejoy, from the Pearl District, they then moved to the park blocks near West Burnside. From there, that's where we saw officers with Portland Police and Oregon State Police in riot gear, essentially boxing people in on West Burnside between Broadway and 8th. From there, they broadcast a message saying anybody who was still in the street would be subject to arrest. From there, people went scattering in all directions, really. A few people stayed behind, and they were taken into custody. It's unclear if anyone's actually been arrested or charged with anything tonight, but again, police had warned marchers, warned these protesters that they would use less than lethal force, those beanbag rounds, tear gas, that sort of thing. From there, we came back to Pioneer Courthouse Square. That was pretty peaceful for the most part. And then another group came up Morrison, right there by the Transit Mall. And that's where we are now. You can see we continue marching against traffic on Southwest 6. Southwest 6 runs northbound. We're heading south. We're coming up here, trying to find the cross street, on Southwest Hall. So, again, this continuing well into the night, this anti-Trump protest. We've heard those "not my president" chants. Unfortunately, there's also some language and some words you may see out here. But again, there's a lot of emotion here. That's pretty evident. So we're going to continue to follow this march. Be sure to check in with us later. We'll let you know if anything else pops. But for now, Jeff, Jennifer, we'll send it back to you.
Cole, thank you. And please be safe out there. This is the third night that these protesters have been out there. It started very small, to be clear, with a group of peaceful protesters and quickly turned into what police called a riot tonight.
Well, Sergeant Pete Simpson from the Portland Police Bureau joins us on the phone right now. Sergeant, I know it's a very busy night, so thank you for your time. Pete, what's the situation right now? What can you tell us?
Well, folks are back out marching after leaving Pioneer Square. We were able to make some arrests in the North Park Blocks area. I don't have a number yet, but that was sort of at the end of the damage spree that occurred in the Pearl District, and we made some arrests and got the crowd back to Pioneer Square, but they have gone to the streets again.
Pete, I know it's difficult to make decisions like this. The police during the last 2 nights have been pretty lenient with the protesters, letting them sort of blow off steam. The protests, for the most part, were pretty peaceful. And tonight, the anarchists, the people who wanted to cause trouble, joined those protests, damaging property, as we're seeing here. Did police wait too long to move in tonight? Was that just a tough judgment call?
Well, it's a judgment call that we have to factor in a lot of different things to include the resources at our disposal, the crowd size, and just general crowd dynamics. You know, with 4,000 estimated people in a crowd tonight, if we are going into arrest, you know, a few people that had created damage, the crowd around them may not know that. They may not know why we're going in there, and
Right.
it can turn very quickly. And we've seen plenty of times where just police presence can be a flashpoint for things happening, and we try to avoid that as much as we can. But the challenge is always making the right call, and you know, we're constantly evaluating that and trying to figure out the best way to manage things and respect the fact that there are a lot of people in this crowd tonight that are peaceful, and there's a lot of people that want to be out there and protest but not be part of property damage. And we've spoken with some of the folks with Black Lives Matter that are familiar to us, and they have tried, and they understand this is not them. This is an anarchist group that is hijacked and inserted itself in a larger crowd.
So it's clear there are several groups here involved. How do you know who to arrest then? Where is that decision process?
Well, that's one of the challenges is, I mean, at a very base level, everybody in the street, everybody blocking traffic has committed a crime, but you know, the reality is the people we want to arrest are the ones that are the instigators and the people committing, you know, property damage and violence. What we have to do is figure out a way to get in there and pick those people off without creating bigger issues. And unfortunately, there's just a lot of folks that don't understand that we really just want that guy, not all these people,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, and Pete, we did see police today giving protesters, when they sat down and refused to move, plenty of time to move on before they moved in and made arrests. And then even as they made arrests, they allowed them to leave if they wanted to. And so that part of the process seemed peaceful. But this is always a very tough situation when you have anarchy on city streets, police trying to deal with it, realizing that a lot of the protests are peaceful, and it's always anarchists or people who want to cause trouble who join the protests. So Portland turned into a riot zone tonight. It's not something anybody wanted, anybody wants to see.
Sergeant Simpson, thank you for your time and explaining some of that tonight. And those protesters are still on the move, and no doubt a long night for police and really everybody out there. So we want to continue our team coverage with our Jennifer Dowling, who spent a lot of the night with those protesters.
She's live at Pioneer Courthouse Square right now. What can you tell us, Jennifer?
Well, we're at the square, as you mentioned, and you can see it's pretty quiet here right now. Police did tell protesters to come here if they wanted to continue their peaceful protest. That's when all those arrests were made, as Cole Miller was mentioning earlier. And, of course, there are still people still here hanging around, but for the most part, they have dispersed. Now, we followed those protesters from the waterfront over the Hawthorne Bridge to the east side and then back over the Broadway Bridge. And as Cole mentioned earlier, that's where things got a little ugly.
It was an emotional night of testimonials on the waterfront, where a group from Trans Pride and the LGBTQ community expressed their concerns about the election.
Is there a lot of fear? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. And hopefully we can have a better perspective on, you know, what's going on.
We spoke to one woman who told us she was bullied when she was young and is worried about the tone Trump's campaign has set for the young people in that community.
It's going to open the doors to a lot of bullying because, you know, get people thinking, okay, president speaks for me. This is what he says is okay.
So that was a more peaceful protest that was happening on the waterfront before folks went across the bridge there. Then we witnessed a lot of graffiti, and things really heated up after we went over the Broadway Bridge, as Cole had mentioned. Also, it was interesting to note that Sergeant Pete Simpson talked about some issues with the anarchists. Well, we were at Holiday Park on the east side when those two groups came together. Actually, Greg McKelvey of Black Lives Matter was talking to his group, saying that perhaps now was the time to disperse, and that's when things came together. Then they went over the bridge to the east side, and things really blew up at that time. Back to you.
Okay, good to see a little bit of peacefulness there at some point. Jennifer Dowling live for us tonight.
And it's not just Portland. Demonstrators across the country continue to gather, many protesting at Trump properties before marching Police also tried to block demonstrators from getting further onto the highway. This is in Minneapolis. Thousands also gathered at the Colorado Capitol today. About 3,000 people RSVP'd to the protest on Facebook, but there are actually many more who showed up to demonstrate. The scene was the same in Dallas, Texas as well. There were a few Trump supporters who stood by calling the protesters sore losers. Now we are seeing some peaceful protests as well tonight. This was at Mount Tabor. We saw people with candles coming together. They were hugging and chanting, "I love you."
And with all of the anti-Trump movements, a lot of people, we should know, of course, also voted for Trump. In Oregon, Kevin Kerwin, a small business owner in Lake Oswego, is one of them.
Our Andrew Dimbert spoke with Kerwin, who's been attacked for his support of Trump.
Yeah, well, make no mistake about it, Jennifer, Jeff, Kevin Kerwin is a Trump supporter, always has been. He's had pro-Trump signs outside of his business for months now, and in the wake of all the protests going on, he says he and other Trump supporters just want the country to come together and move on.
I was relieved.
As much of Portland takes to the streets to reject the president-elect, some in our area support Trump all the way to the White House.
I was validated.
Kevin Kerwin is a small business owner in Lake Oswego. He's made his support of Trump known for months. But in the days after the election, in Oregon, that hasn't been easy.
One lady last night was pounding on my window, saying, "How can you have that man in your window?"
Kerwin says he doesn't support any of the hateful messages put out by some pro and even anti-Trump people, and hopes the country will find a way to come together.
I have my base of friends. You can only have so many people. But, you know, when you go outside and everyone screams at you, you wonder why there's that division.
As for if Trump will be a good president, Kerwin is optimistic for the future.
Come back in 100 days and ask me what I think.
And Kerwin notes he understands why people don't like Trump, but points out just because he voted for Trump doesn't make him a racist. He says he voted for Trump because he thinks he was the best candidate for the economy. Jennifer, Jeff?
A lot of people have their reasons. Thank you for explaining that, Mance. Andrew?
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Once again, Portland, Oregon turned into a riot zone tonight.
Get up.
First things first, we have an active severe thunderstorm warning.
Get the right jacket on.
It's going to be a sideways rain type of a day.
Get ready for what's next.
It's basically a fire hose aimed right at us.
No matter what kind of weather is on the horizon, Coin 6 News this morning. Get ready.
Have an idea for a story? Send it to us with the Coin 6 app. Just click on the reported icon and you can send in video and photos. Or touch this button to connect directly with our news desk. The Coin 6 app. Download it today.
Sweaters are this season's must-have fashion, and Ross has a great selection to choose from. If you want the latest styles for a fraction of what you pay at department stores,
you gotta go, yes, you gotta go to Ross.
When you see this truck, it means another neighbor is going to sleep better tonight because they went to Sleep Train's Ticket to Tempur-Pedic event.
I recommend this bed to everyone and anyone. It's just a nice gift to be able to give yourself.
For a limited time, save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic. Get up to 5 years interest-free financing. And of course, same-day delivery. Are you next? Make Sleep Train your ticket to Tempur-Pedic.
Your ticket to a better night's sleep.
No network is better equipped than Fios from Frontier to handle all of your devices. Get up to a $400 Amazon.com gift card when you switch to a qualifying triple play with 2-year agreement. Fios lets you game, stream, and share the way you want. The choice is easy. Get Fios TV, internet, and voice now for $89.99 per month for 12 months with qualifying new services. And get a $400 Amazon.com gift card. Experience the power of Fios fiber optics. Call 1-888-FRONTIER.
Phoenix was the best decision I ever made.
There are some things diet and exercise can't change.
I did a lot of research. The results that I saw on the Phoenix website were unbelievable. The before and afters made me excited to get it done.
You can have the body you want if you contact Phoenix now for a free consultation.
When I saw my reflection, I was overcome with happiness and confidence.
Go to athenixbody.com. Check out the amazing before and after pictures. Then contact Phoenix for a free consultation.
Nothing finishes off a great outfit like the perfect handbag. At Ross, you'll find the latest styles at incredible savings. This handbag is $30 at department stores, but if you want it for just $19.99,
You gotta go to Ross.
Founded in 1923, Riverview Community Bank is the largest community bank in the Portland metro area, with 12 branches to serve you. Bank local for a strong community.
After Donald Trump was elected, we found out the Oregon Secretary of State's office says that there is a push for Oregon to secede from the Union. State leaders say Portlanders have submitted a petition for a 2018 ballot measure. Portlanders aren't the only one. There is a push in California by a group called Yes, California Independence's campaign for that state to secede by 2019. What are your thoughts on people talking about this? You can log on to our Coin 6 Facebook page and join in on the conversation there.
Okay, at Health Alert, we understand there is a boil water notice for Milwaukee water customers tonight. Recent samples tested positive for E. coli and coliform bacteria. So this means you should not drink any water without boiling it first. If you live in Milwaukee, bring all water to a boil for at least 1 minute and then let it cool before using it. Now, using bottled water is encouraged. So ice or any beverages prepared with unboiled tap water on or after November 9th should be tossed out. Results from a follow-up round of testing are expected back at noontime tomorrow. We will, of course, let you know what those results are. Students at the University of Oregon say they're offended and heartbroken after running into a group on campus wearing blackface.
And this was caught on video that one student was able to capture. And now worry is growing. This is happening all too often. The student who took the video says they look to be too young to be in college, that they didn't go to that school, but old enough to that they should know that this isn't right.
I didn't know what to do. And then it was just completely disheartening. Like, oh, it broke my heart. After I walked away from them, I was brought to tears. I didn't really know what to do.
What was it going through your head?
Just why? Why does this keep happening? Why does this have to happen in the midst of everything that's already going on, like, in our community? Just why?
The university says it is also still investigating a university professor who was seen wearing this blackface costume for Halloween.
Our November springtime continues. Here's Kristen with the weather. Hi, Kristen.
Yeah, it sure does. Wait until you see how warm it was earlier today. But for now, focusing on the fog that's developing because it's probably going to add a little extra time to that morning commute. Here's a live look from our East Side Exchange camera. And if you see out past the steel bridge, you can see there the fog trying to develop. So it is moving on in, and it will be thick at times, rather dense at times. And so advisories have already been issued. We're at 59 degrees right now. Think about that. We're still close to 60 degrees at this point, but our high today officially 68 degrees. Our Riverview Community Bank camera is showing you that we have some fog there too. So it is, again, just developing, but just like this morning, it's going to be at its thickest as we wake up and head out the door early in the morning. The winds are calm, the temperatures are dropping. Here's a look at the visibility. And for Portland, we're at 10 mile, but back towards McMinnville and Salem and Hillsborough, we're already down to a 1/4 mile visibility. And so, again, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get to work. So plan on waking up a little extra early tomorrow morning. A wider view showing Corvallis is down to 0 visibility there, and Eugene at a 1/4 mile visibility. So right now, the focus is south of Portland across the central portion of the Willamette Valley. That's where we have dense fog advisories in effect until noon tomorrow. The thickest will last through 8 a.m., but already seeing it in the Portland Metro and Vancouver area, and these areas of fog will continue to develop. So watch again for lower visibility and that slower morning commute. Now let's talk about the other big story today. Highs in the upper 60s for Portland and Vancouver. Remember, our normal high is 55 degrees, so we really saw those temperatures skyrocket, and guess what? It was record warmth for so many of us. Officially at the airport, 68 was the high, beating the old high of 65 set back in 1989. And downtown Portland hit 70 degrees today, beating the old record of 66 set way back in 1930. So these are some long-standing records here. Troutdale and Hillsborough joining the club too. And now tomorrow we will see some changes. Clouds are going to be rolling in, and eventually we're going to get to the rain too by tomorrow night. So the next front is approaching. It's just off the coast right now. That will wait until it gets here, so you still have plenty of time to get out and about and enjoy tomorrow. 6 p.m. tomorrow, we're still dry, but it will be a little cloudier than what we saw today. Just off the coast, we start to see those showers rolling through, and then by the time we hit 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock, that's when we start to see these showers pushing into the valley. So early evening plans, probably dry for the metro and the valley, but by the time we get towards the end of the night, that rain's going to be moving on in. We wake up Saturday morning, we'll likely have downpours around. We'll be trying to get some high elevation snow in the mountains too, but do expect it to be wet at times early Saturday morning, and then we'll try to dry things out for Saturday afternoon, get some sun breaks going, and then we'll stay pretty dry through the first half of Sunday before the next system moves in to bring us more wet weather by the end of Sunday and into Monday. So here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast for Portland. Temperatures in the low to mid-50s for the next couple, or for 7 through 9 a.m. And then by the end of the afternoon, we'll see some brief sunshine, back to the low 60s for highs. Your forecast around the state and up into Washington, too, low to mid-60s with the rain returning by evening, and your 7-day forecast showing some dry time this weekend. I think the best chances to see dry time will be Saturday afternoon, and for the first half of Sunday, it does look pretty wet at times Sunday into Monday. But look at this. We have 2 more days of highs in the 60s, so the spring-like weather just sticking around.
And with Veterans Day, a lot of folks have the day off, so they're going to be out there enjoying it.
It's going to be nice. It may not be as sunny as today, but it still should be a really nice afternoon.
Take the warmth.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kristen. Still ahead tonight, it was Thursday Night Football, and it heads to Baltimore. Stan Brock is breaking down the game next.
Okay, and here's the team I like: Ken, Jenny, Sally, and Carly. Get the day started right on Coin 6 News this morning, beginning at 4:30.
At Dania Furniture, we offer the widest assortment of modern contemporary furniture. Visit us at our Hollywood or Tannisbourne showroom. Dania Furniture. We make it simple. You make it home.
My name is James P. Hayes, and my age is 95. I'm kind of an old geezer. Meals on Wheels. Everything is great. I'm very pleased to receive the food like that. I think they're all doggone nice people. I feel so pleased that I got to make an acquaintance with every one of them.
Dinosaurs come alive at Discover the Dinosaurs Unleashed. Learn, touch, and even ride the dinosaurs. Many activities for kids of all ages. This weekend at Clark County Event Center. DiscoverTheDinosaurs.com.
Standard TV and appliance Black Friday deals going on now.
Don't wait. Black Friday deals are happening all month long at Standard. Save big on a stainless steel Samsung French door refrigerator, only $9.99. Get a Maytag front load washer with steam, now only $4.74. Or a deluxe stainless steel Whirlpool dishwasher, only $2.79. Plus, save $700 on a Simmons Beauty Rest Queen mattress.
Hurry! Black Friday deals won't last long. Standard TV and appliance.
What are you doing here?
Wait for Black Friday.
Black Friday deals on the most awarded SUV brand are going on all month long.
I can shop now, like right now?
Yes. Yeah. You may just want to put on some pants first.
No.
I'm going to make some s'mores.
Great deals all month long at the Jeep Black Friday event. Get 20% off MSRP cash allowance on select 2016 Jeep Cherokee limited models and dealer stock.
It's new arrivals time at Woodsellers Parkway Furniture. Come see craftsmanship that will last for generations in our 64,000 square foot showroom. Locally owned and operated since 1974. Woodsellers Parkway Furniture, located right off the Salem Parkway.
We belong to the light, we belong to the thunder. We belong to the sound of the words we both falling under.
When you find something worth waiting for, we'll help you invest to protect it for the future. Financial guidance while you're mastering life. From Chase, so you can.
Coin 6 News is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers.
Thursday Night Football tonight. Can you believe it?
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns taking on the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, the 0-9 Cleveland Browns.
Browns.
Right?
Oh,
and then the Baltimore Ravens are top of their deal, you know. Yeah. But really, to say that the Ravens might have been a little too loose, I don't think that would be a lie. Let's go to the second quarter. Baltimore up 3-0. Cleveland rookie quarterback out of USC, Cody Kessler. He finds rookie tight end Seth DeValve. A 25-yard touchdown. That puts the Browns ahead in the game. Just for the fourth time in this year, Cleveland up 7-6 at the half. Let's go to the third quarter, and it's Joe Flacco. He'll find Darren Waller in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. That's Baltimore's first offensive touchdown in 17 drives or 5 quarters of play. 13-7 Ravens. Baltimore wouldn't look back. They're scoring 22 unanswered second-half points and finishing it up with this 27-yard touchdown pass to Brashard Perriman. Ravens keep the Browns winless, 28-7. Hey, the 2016 NBA champion Cleveland Cavaliers, they were invited to visit the White House today. And Lake Oswego's very own Kevin Love, well, he presented President Obama a Cavs jersey. President Obama and Vice President Biden, they were on hand to welcome them and praise them for being the first team in history to come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the championship. He praised the players for their commitment and LeBron James for fulfilling the promise that he made to bring a championship to Northeast Ohio. And Oregon football is known for switching their uniforms, but check this out. The men's basketball team, they'll wear what's called the white digital camouflage uniforms tomorrow night against Army. And then, Friday is Veterans Day. The Ducks open the season at home. This preseason coaches poll had Oregon ranked number 5 in the country, the program's best ranking ever, and it begins a new season. The Ducks won the Pac-12 last season and made it all the way to the Elite 8 in the NCAA tournament before losing to Oklahoma. Now, be sure to join David Solano and I every Sunday for Game On, 11:35. We have a great time, break down some sports. Please join us. That's our sports. We'll be right back.
Coin 6 is watching out for you with Secure Your ID Day. Stop by the Portland Meadows Racetrack on Saturday, November 19th from 10 a.m. to noon. You can securely discard your personal documents for free. See you there.
Add a furry friend to your family this holiday season. This Saturday and Sunday during the PetSmart Charities A Forever Home for the Holidays pet adoption event at participating Westside PetSmart stores this weekend, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Go to our website for details.
Just rolling in. It's the 58th annual Portland Metro RV Show, November 10th through the 13th at the Expo Center. Now is the time to get the best deals in the Northwest on motorhomes, campers, trailers, fifth wheels, tent trailers, and toy haulers. Visit our website at portlandmetrorv.com for 2-for-1 admission coupons and details on how you can win free gas cards given away daily. The Portland Metro RV Show, November 10th through 13th at the Expo Center. Just imagine where it might take you.
How do you make Xfinity X1 even better? Add Netflix.
How do you watch stuff on Netflix?
On the phone.
Through my computer.
What if you could just tell that remote to search for your favorite Netflix show?
House of Cards?
It's simple. Orange is the new black. Now you can watch anything on Netflix on your big screen on X1.
That is awesome.
Especially for non-techies like myself.
Get ready for the holidays with a limited time offer on an X1 double play from Comcast for just $69.99 a month for a year. Or ask it to step up to lock in your rate for 2 years. Click, call, or visit an Xfinity store today.
Why are you sleeping? Come on.
What time is it?
It's go time. Come on, let's go.
I feel like I went to bed an hour ago. I'll make the cocoa.
Get a great offer on the car of your grown-up dreams at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event.
It's the look on their faces that makes it all worthwhile.
But hurry, these offers end soon.
If you'd give thanks for a better night's sleep, Sleep Train has just the ticket. Because when brands compete, you save during Mattress Price Wars and through Veterans Day weekend. Save up to $400 on Beautyrest and Posturepedic. Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic. Get a queen pillow top mattress set for just $399. Even get up to 5 years interest-free financing on Tempur-Pedic. But this special financing offer ends Veterans Day weekend at Sleep Train.
Your ticket to a better night's sleep.
How do you make the holidays even sweeter? Pie. Everyone loves pie. Come in and pick up one of Sherry's award-winning pies for your next holiday gathering. Season's eatings from your holiday pie helpers at Sherry's Cafe and Pies. Fresh, local, delicious.
We're continuing to follow our breaking news of some anti-Trump protests that started peacefully tonight in Portland and turned into a riot.
A full-blown riot. Let's check in with our reporter, Cole Miller. Cole, what's your location now?
Well, Jeff, Jennifer, good evening. Yeah, we're back here now near Pioneer Courthouse Square between 6th and 5th on Yamhill. As you look up here now, that's going a live look up towards 6th. I believe we have a large group of protesters actually meeting face-to-face with police officers in riot gear. If we can cue up the shot from Chopper 6, that should give you a better look of exactly what we're looking at here. To be quite honest with you, I'm not quite sure what it looks like as I cannot see. But again, tonight we've been following these protests, these demonstrations all across town, downtown, the Pearl District, the Central East Side, over to the Lloyd District. From there, we marched across the Broadway Bridge into the Pearl District. That's where we saw, unfortunately, quite a bit of vandalism. Portland police saying that the anarchist group that kind of caught up with the demonstration is responsible for a lot of that. Then over on West Burnside near the North Park blocks, that's where we saw police in riot gear, Portland police and Oregon State police. A couple of people arrested, detained. But again, now we are back here at Pioneer Courthouse Square, where it looks like there really is no end in sight as this anti-Trump protest continues well into the evening. Back to you.
This is going on 6.5 hours or so, and the third night now of protesting.
And it is also happening in other cities as well, Chicago, Minneapolis, Baltimore, and we have reports of Philadelphia. So, Kristen, a quick look at the weather.
Yeah, so watch out for the fog for your Friday morning commute, but also watch out for that supermoon Monday. Yeah. I had a cool picture for you.
Late
Thanks
show.
for watching, everybody.
Up next.